All right, we are back. We are back with another episode of the Everyday Gems podcast. I almost butchered it again just now. My bad. Anyway,
Nigga been doing this shit for 53 episodes and can't get it right.
I know, right? Episode 53. I'm still fucking up. I gotta get my life together. Ah man, y'all good fellas?
Yes, sir.
Hanging in there.
Court still staticless. That's
Oh, we
that's a
good
plus.
now. That's
Yeah,
permanent. We permanent now.
that's what's up. People happy for you, sir. It's like get that nigga, cut that nigga Mike the fuck off. Shit.
Hey,
All right.
they could always make sure they like, comment, and subscribe, and
Yeah, just like,
share this
comment, and
shit with some
subscribe.
friends. You know what I'm
And
saying?
so after y'all like, comment, subscribe, then tell nigga turn his mic off again.
You know what I'm saying? Go
Talk
ahead and
about
share this
Mike.
motherfucker around a little
Contribute
bit.
to the viewership.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Um.
Make sure you watch the whole joint. Get that watch time up.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. So WrestleMania, we gonna jump into that real quick, man. Everybody watched the whole both nights, or who didn't see the both nights? I seen both. I know Deontay seen both.
I watched enough to get it.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah, I
saw
be
both
working,
nights.
so shit.
Saw both nights.
And I
Okay.
saw the
Okay.
main event at Stand and Deliver, which needs to be talked about.
Okay.
We'll talk
Well,
about
let's get into that card. So we had that first match on night one.
Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.
I was
Now
surprised they made that the first match.
I'm not,
I'm not. Yeah.
Gotta get the crowd high.
Why you say that?
because you need to. For one, he wasn't getting the main event,
Yeah.
and it's not the first time that a Royal Rumble winner fights first on the card. And 90% of these wrestlers know you would rather go on first than to go on second if you're
They
not
kind
going
of
to
set the
fight.
tone.
Yes,
Yeah.
people remember what came on first. You will forget that second match.
And you
What I
got
will say though,
that chant. That chant's
yeah,
gonna get the crowd into it
Yeah, his entrance was
instantly.
crazy.
yeah,
So
and
That shit was like 15 minutes just getting there, waiting for them to get to the ring.
right.
what I will say too, me personally, I thought Triple H did something that previous people were not able to do, and that's each match in the first night got better all the way up to the end. That's what I thought. Usually the match card would be up and down tempo wise, but I thought that first night each match got better. So with a Jey Uso match, for me, I thought it was a good match. Um, I still feel that I think Jay needs a more broad move set. Sometimes it gets a little like, all right, yo, we already know what's coming next. But I thought it was a good match. And again, the only thing I didn't like about it was the quick tap out. Now I know me and Deontay had this argument. Deontay tried to school me and told me that Gunther is a person who taps quick to submission moves. He can't take submission moves. So I do understand that because you did send me that
What
video.
happened with Dragunov in
Right,
NXT? But
right.
and mind you, this is court. Listen to this. The man was hit with a power bomb, two super kicks, a splash, a spear, and then three more splashes before he was choked. He had no air left in his body, bro. Come on now.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns.
This is all back to back to back to
three
back.
curb stomps
There was
and-
no break in between these moves.
Roman Reigns took 3 curb stomps and a goddamn two what you call GTSs or whatever before he actually got beat.
That did not happen. That's
Something like that.
That is not how it went down. Because that
He
is
did
not
that
how
for real.
Is
He
it
took
he got
me?
hit with
three
one
curb
stomp after that low blow, bro.
I got
That
a
was the
question.
end of it.
After the stomp, yeah.
In
Well, that
general,
was not in back to back back. This is a big ass delay. Well, we're going way far into the card, but it was a big old delay between all that other shit, man.
I mean,
I got a
The
question.
Rock
Is
got
it
his
to a
ass
point where
beat
now
down.
you
It
can't
took,
win a
it took
match with just
93
one
chair
punch?
shots for him to die. So, come on, man. But I get it though. I get it. That's the only one that I like. I'm nitpicking. I didn't think it was a bad match. I am glad they pulled the trigger and let Jay win. I thought at one point it's gonna be like, nah, he can't. They ain't gonna get that shit. Because social media has had so many different hot
Bad
and cold
negative
matches.
opinions about Jay. They done
Yeah,
turned on the man. Well, the internet has, but
right.
the live audience, no, they haven't.
They love that nigga. They love that nigga. So yeah, what
Um,
are y'all thoughts, Sean Court?
I think the match, like I said a couple episodes ago, they got some juice into it once they brought in Jimmy. Um, that was a added. It gave it some more life. it didn't really have that in this match though to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a bigger part. I thought they were going to kind of push the line, but they didn't. When you, so uh, it was it was what we expected though a month ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but I think it was missing some of the intensity that was kind of being revved up in the build. I thought
Yeah.
they kind of pulled back
Agreed.
when they could have went a little because I think you could have because I like the whole way you show how strong Gunther was, where you had to do all those moves just to win. But you know, a little bit more, a little bit more storytelling in there that could have really gave it that like, all right, yeah, Jake put on the show tonight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think overall it was a solid match. I think it got to a point where there really was like you kind of knew where it was going after a while. There wasn't really too many like moments where like there's a chance that Jay might lose. It kind of had that momentum where you can tell that at some point the momentum is just going to be his and he's going to run it out to a victory.
Yeah.
Where what I'm saying, sometimes they have a match where the guy who no one expected to win, like Gunther had a moment where he could have pulled it out, but by some what I'm saying, by some way he finessed his way out of that moment. So I
Yeah.
think that was something they could have put in there. But I had a question. Is it to a point now where one finisher just won't win you a match? Because it seems like in every match nowadays, if you're not hitting somebody with multiple finishers, you you're not gonna win the match
I
that way.
think that's been a trend for them since I won't. Deontay will probably know the match when it really probably started, but
WrestleMania 17, Rock and Austin, when they started kicking out of doing each other's moves and kicking out of each other's finishes, it became a regular thing. And
so
Yeah.
now, like I was saying before, it's evolution. Motherfucking a DDT ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? That's not a finisher anymore.
So why does it
One,
seem like an RKO still puts niggas to bed?
because it's the most protected finisher in all of
yeah,
wrestling.
and I was about to say that I think
Mm.
That and the end of days.
some moves ain't as protected as they used to be, and I think that's why you get a lot of like over spamming. Um,
Okay,
so
so that's
yeah,
why like a super kick is just like a fucking regular punch now.
if it
That's
ain't Shawn
that's
Michaels,
a super kick. It's not sweet chin music. It depends on
Oh,
who does
you
it.
got to tune the band up first to
It
get that.
depends on who does it.
Okay, all right.
yeah,
Undertaker's tombstone, only people have really kicked out of it, like right after he has hit him with it, has been what Triple H and Shawn Michaels, right? Did Roman?
Kane kicked out of two of them. It took three to put him down
hey,
in
Okay,
WrestleMania 14.
you're
that
right.
was
You're right.
groundbreaking breaking when he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
that. You know what I
Because
mean?
nobody was kicking out of that shit
Nobody was
neat.
doing that.
Did
So
Brock kick out of it right away?
Yeah, when they fought in on the Hell in the Cell.
Got you. So Brock kicked out of it right away.
And it was a stretch where Brock was beating everybody with one F5, no matter how devastating or how monstrous the opponent was. Braun Strowman in 2016 was killing everyone. One F5 put that man down.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe, everybody. So it all depends on who it is and the timing. But at Mania, you get your superpowers at Mania. You
Yeah.
kicking out of most stuff at
Especially the
Like he
crossroads.
listed,
They
he
kicked out of
hit
that
he
motherfucker.
basically hit Gunther with like 7 fucking finishers,
Mania.
and then had to choke him out. It wasn't
Yeah,
like he pinned him after him. He had to submit him after 7 or 8 fucking finishing moves.
and you factor in this. Gunther, you it takes all that to be the man's been a champion 95% of his time in the WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether he was the NXT UK champion, the Intercontinental champion, or the World Heavyweight champion, the man always has a fucking title. And you can't beat this man just with one move.
That is
I'm
true.
I'm,
That is
I'm
true.
kind of wondering where does he go from now? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you keep that feud going or do you move him in another direction?
no, you gotta.
Like, what's
It's
next for
done.
Gunther?
You gotta
Maybe
move
Money in
on.
the Bank. Maybe he can win the fucking briefcase
It's gonna
and
be
go.
something. He gonna do something. They ain't gonna just let him just kind of like be in the wind and just on them extra niggas.
Well, if you
Yeah.
watch the Raw after Mania, he showed out a vicious side of him. Y'all think this shit funny. Y'all think
Yeah,
this shit sweet. He was
Yeah,
going to fuck Michael
sweet.
Cole up, and your boy Pat McAfee stepped in and got his ass wrecked.
Yeah.
I'm not the reason you tapped out. Bitch, shut your ass up. You fucking
Yeah.
who you thought this was, nigga? You thought it was.
Yeah.
But nah. All
This
right,
ain't
but now we're gonna
ESPN,
move
bitch.
forward. Yeah. What was the next
We
match
choke
on that
niggas out
card?
here.
It was
War Raiders against the New Day for the tag
tough
title.
break. Yeah, I'm happy that the New Day won. 12
I knew
time
they
champs,
was gonna win
13
them.
time champs now. I'm sorry.
Now I don't know how long they're gonna keep them belts because I think that's why I asked y'all earlier about with Ray Phoenix being over there, would they put him and Penta together and they take the belts off the New Day?
They have to put them on the same show first, and we got to have another draft for that shakeup shit or the transfer portal. They changed it.
They
They
make
called it
trades and
something
some
different.
shit like that. It's the NFL draft season. They might make a trade this week.
You silly.
Trade me
They
up.
might.
Trade
They
me
might.
Ray Phoenix for one of them other LWO niggas who don't nobody really know their name.
I would have rather seen the Street Profits.
Well, the Street Profits,
They the
what
SmackDown champs, ain't
did they win on Friday? Or
All the niggas can have tag team titles, huh? Shout out to Triple H, motherfucker.
it? Good job,
I would have
sir.
rather seen them. I know they got the match for SmackDown. I mean, put that on Mania, dog. Why not? Like,
hey, that was what I told y'all. This
Yeah.
card, it's gonna be so many people not on this card. Don't be surprised.
I won't surprise. It's just a preference on, I think the card was like I disagree with what G was saying where he thought it kind of got better. I didn't feel that way. It was kind of like up and down to me.
Me too, because I feel like this after last year being a top 5 all time Mania, this shit as a whole was borderline ass to me as a whole.
I think night one was like it was a mixed bag, and then
I'm
the main
night
event.
two. Night two. For me, sorry. Night two. I feel like
Well,
it
you
got
said as a
better.
whole.
But they
So
had like a
No,
billion
I was. Did I
viewers to
say as a
this.
whole? I thought.
yeah,
No,
No, my bad.
he was saying that he said night 1, but he meant night 2.
I
Every
meant
match
night
got better
two as a
until you got to
whole.
that main
I
event.
kind of disagree there
Yeah.
too, but
Night one was like
I
the
I
last
think it
match was
peaked
good.
and then it kind of hit a wall at the AJ match. But we on this New Day thing. Yeah, I would have swapped that out because it was like, all right, you know,
I got somebody at AJ match. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. We get to that when we get to night two. So the New Day beat the Viking Raiders or the War Raiders, whatever you call them niggas. What was the next match, Deontay?
Jade and Naomi.
Jade and Naomi. I thought Naomi should have won. That's my. I think it would have been better if she would have won. I think that's one of those you could have ran that for, make that a feud, run that for the next 3 pay-per-views type deal. Because I think her character, Naomi's character now is so dope. When she turned heel and did her first promo, I was like, oh, they gave her mic time. Oh, this is dope. This is
Who's
what
to
she
say that
needs.
this is over?
I don't think it
Just
is.
because she lost that Mania does not mean this shit is over.
That's true. That's true. I just think that momentum, like, it was like unanimous. Even online, people was like, "Oh, this Naomi is. I like this Naomi. This shit hard right here, bro." Like it was because people, she didn't really get that type of time before to showcase her like that doing promos and stuff. So now that she got it, I just thought it was better for them to let her win, for her to go over, and then maybe do another match. Or again, however you want to do it. But I thought she should have won to.
But I think she's over even in a loss. The people talk more about her than they have talk about Jade, and Jade won.
Something more about Jade Titty popping out, some Janet Jackson type shit. Wasn't as bad,
I'm
but
all, I'm all for the titties popping out, but I'm just saying. I think Naomi in the loss helped her stock just off people getting to see there's more to that bag than just saying the colorful outfits and the athleticism. Like she has charisma as well, so they can kind of put some wings behind her.
Yeah, I think people were reminded that Naomi's been good.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I
because I
she
think
did
honestly when she
take
had that
another step
major
again.
injury, that kind of hurt her early.
I
When
think
she
the
missed all
build
that
was
time,
good
I
in
think she
her
hurt her
end.
knee or something.
You got her to really lean into the back and forth. I liked how they was going about it. She had a playlist of all these songs about her pushing Jaden on the car or whatever. So it was a lot of little stuff that they were doing leading up. I think it kept that heat going. I
Yeah.
wish it was a little bit longer. I think it felt like they sped through these matches.
That match lasted longer than I thought it would go. So
Was it about 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, more like 9-10 minutes, something like that. But
Like
I
9.
don't be surprised if she don't jump Jade again on Friday.
Naomi can actually
Yeah,
wrestle
because I
though.
don't
You
think
know,
it's
Naomi can
over.
wrestle.
Yeah.
Because it was so quick. That you know what I mean. It was just like damn, that was kind of quick. Um, this is a long, it's a long joint and all, but you know, to get here, I feel like you gotta let it need to be some like, all right, that's it.
I think
Now,
it
if they
should be more than
continue the
5 matches
feud,
on the
that's
card.
fine. But you know, I feel like the money's worth was kind of just like could have
To
gave me a
your
little bit more.
point, Sean, I think man they should. I think WrestleMania should be 5 matches each night. I think those type of if you gonna give niggas these superpowers, you can't give it to them in a 10-minute match. Niggas need time to cook. You know what I'm saying?
That I disagree with. I
Yeah.
disagree with that too.
Why is
Because
Because
that
that?
makes it seem like you
I've
got to
seen
come out
many
on your
matches
front foot
that
and
were
fucking
short
swear.
that were better than them 25, 30-minute matches. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn got cut to like 7 minutes at WrestleMania, 37? And that was probably one of the best matches on the fucking card.
They're
Yeah,
Canadian. It's different.
and what
They're
plays in it,
Canadian.
like that type of match with those two, their chemistry is out this world. So time limit for them, it don't even matter.
Yeah, because the motherfuckers were trying to blame the time for why Jimmy versus Jay last year was so bad.
Oh
No,
no, I don't
no,
blame
that's
the time. It
time
just
don't mean time
yeah,
wouldn't have
time.
helped that
They just
match.
didn't have. They just
Didn't
didn't. It
didn't
just won't clicking in that match. That's one of
shit
them.
Batista and Undertaker was like that, wasn't it? About 11, 12 minutes, something like that.
You talking about WrestleMania 23?
Yeah, it was. It was one
That
of
was
the
like a
matches. Though,
14, that was like a 14, 15-minute match because they gave Shawn Michaels and John Cena 30 plus.
Jesus. And then the next night gave him goddamn an hour. That's a
So,
different.
yeah, so and
You
I
know,
feel like Batista and Undertaker John was like that. That
that
was,
match was sweet. That match was dope. Hell yeah.
yeah, but time only matters in certain joints, but it all depends on who's in it and whatever else. But
Yeah. What we
next up,
got
we
is
had Jacob Fatu and LA Knight, US title match.
I think this was one of the better matches of the card for night one. Fight two is yeah. Uh, he's overshadowing Solo at this point, and for good reason. So
yeah,
Who?
solo hit.
yeah, they really good match. It got my attention back into the. Not saying that Jade and Naomi didn't, but it was just like one of those like, damn, that was quicker than I thought it would be. But
That
yeah,
moonsault to the BTS was like pretty good. And he blocked the first one. Nigga caught himself like, hold up now, my boy. We ain't about to
yeah.
do all that.
And
Calm
this
yourself.
is that thing about chemistry. I think that chemistry was hidden.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Fatu so goddamn talented, man. This nigga's fucking Hugh Morris with Bam Bam Bigelow with a little bit of goddamn
Rey
fucking
Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, right? You know what I mean? This nigga is just a fucking different type of dude, man. He just getting started, so it don't take much for him. So that was dope. That was a real dope match. What was after that? We had
Was it Charlotte and Tiffany after that?
that was a night two. That was night one.
No,
Okay,
it's still night one. It's still night one. Yeah.
because that
Wasn't it
was
the women's tag team joint?
The women's tag title match was Sunday. Was night
No.
two.
I think it might have been Tiffany. It was 7 each night, right? 7 each night.
6. It was 6, and then it was what 8. I think it was like that because they added that Randy Orton match on there instead of doing it on night one.
No, yeah. So yeah, it was a Tiff joint. Tiff and Charlotte.
that was
Yeah.
That was the best match to me between you know what I'm saying. Well, up to that point, and Charlotte not winning shocked the shit out of me.
Yeah. I can see why, because you had 3 titles, the first 3, right? Change hands?
Yeah, once I saw that, I was like, it ain't looking too good for Charlotte. They ain't no way everybody losing.
Right. Not like that. That's crazy work. That's crazy
Um,
work. But it was a good match. It was a good match.
yeah. Well, I'd probably be the odd man on this one. I thought they was a little off.
At the beginning.
It's not what I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna say it like that. It was a little off. It
Do you feel
might have been
that
pacing for them. Um,
they wrestle so much alike? That's why it was off a little bit to you, or why do you think it was off?
I think it's a chemistry thing. I think a lot of that plays into this. You know, when we had these matchups, it's like you gotta have that synergy, and I don't. You know, everybody that if you expect it to be, you be like, yeah, this is going, and then it kind of get there, and you're like, this is, and yeah, I think that was what it was off to me. So I was like,
That's how I
damn,
feel
that
about
that
Bianca
one what I
sometimes.
thought
I'm
it
my
was gonna
dog
be.
and all, but Bianca sometimes, and then we'll get into that in a minute. How her matches are kind of clunky, a lot of them, and then it goes up there. But then we have we had the Roman, Seth, and CM Punk match.
It was
Dion,
a
that was
match. It was a match for about 15, 16 minutes. And then the last 10 minutes was all drama. That's all that shit was. All fucking drama.
I think they
The-
delivered, man. The storytelling, like he said, the drama at the
yeah.
end, everything leading up to build, all the promos, the who's Paul gonna ride out with. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it on here. Who we
Random niggas
wanted to
called me
see, and it ended up
Deontay.
being who we wanted. Um, yeah, I mean, you had like what triple swerves? I guess you would say it was a triple swerve.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
just to get to what I said was going to
yeah,
he made sure that everybody got a piece of this goddamn swerve.
yeah, it was a
He
triple
had it
swerve.
there. Everybody's down. Oh yeah, I like the way how they did that when everybody hit everybody when they finished it. Seth
That was
got hit with the go to sleep. He bounced off the rope. Roman spears
Yeah,
fucking Punk, and while he's on the ground, Seth bounces off the rope, hit him with the curb stomp,
yeah,
and everybody's down.
I like that.
The
Yeah,
wise man grabs the chair. I'm thinking he's gonna just slide it dead in the center like he did with Brock and Roman. No, he threw it right to Punk. I'm sorry about Tribal Chief. And did he get to there? Low blow CM Punk. You made me do this. Roman over there cheesing. All you see is them damn Colombian veneers just cheesing like a motherfucker.
them
Picks
motherfuckers
it up,
brand spanking new, boy.
beats the shit out of Punk with that chair. Then the wise man, look, he's right there. The shield, you can get your revenge. Punk, he got them sevens getting up. Roman's ready to swing for the fucking fences. It's low blow.
It
And he
wasn't just a low blow.
and he,
yeah,
and he grinded.
that wiggle was insane. I was like,
Niggas,
Paul.
You
niggas on
copping
the
a
internet
pill at
talking
this
about that
point, my
nigga Paul
guy.
Heyman was like Dave Chappelle on
Oh
Blue
yeah, on
Street.
Blue
He's like,
Street, he was like,
God.
exactly.
no, he
Yo.
did wiggle his nuts a little bit. Like, no, you wiggle, like you hit him
Yeah,
with
he
the.
was.
And
Oh
Seth
God,
just holds his hand out and he hands him the chair and he goes to work. And Roman cannot take a chair to the back. It's just like being stabbed all over again.
Yeah, yeah.
he has
His
never
weakness
beat
is a
Seth.
chair
Like,
to the back.
Dude, that's the ultimate portrayal for Roman is a chair to the back. He can't defeat it. He can't defeat it.
The tribal chief kicks out of everything, but a
Everything.
chair to the
Chair
back.
shot, can't do it. Can't do it.
I'm done. I'm
Um,
done. Betrayal. Pin me for the three.
betrayal. This is week's point. Something that I
He-
thought about after everything. Remember G last year you was talking about this with him
It's
losing to
nothing.
Cody, that he would lose everything.
uh-huh.
Like, and it kind of went that way this year, where it's
Yeah.
like slowly but surely when he came back, it was like he had the whole bloodline split. And now you look at him, it's like it's
A
not
chief without a tribe
cheap
and
without a
all the
tribe.
shit he said.
You
Oh,
lose
he ain't gonna have no
yeah,
wise man.
yeah, you lose your wise man. So I thought about that after the match. I was like, G was talking about seeing this last year, but they kind of
Yeah.
did it in a way this year. Like,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be interesting how he really, how his character kind of goes off
Yeah.
this.
I'm it's I'm interested where they're gonna go from here. Like you said, to your point. I I know I feel like they want to go, but we talked about that last night with that whole, I guess, the part timers versus these full timers in a sense. They probably won't do that, but I feel like that would be dope if they did.
They might. They might. I
Because you have a
mean,
lot of part timers getting a lot of push, including some niggas. I mean, what what's his name? Paul. fuck is that nigga name? Logan
Logan
Paul.
Paul.
We'll get to that match pretty soon. But
I, w-
all in all, I thought night one was go ahead, Sean, my bad.
I like the entrances too for the main event.
Oh
I like
yeah,
everybody interest.
yeah.
Punk bringing a living color. You know what I'm saying? That was hard. That was hard. Uh, Seth with the wardrobes, like he was. That was fire. So even with Roman just coming out like playing like that, I thought it. You know what I mean? It's like
No, the thing with Roman was when he got in the ring and everybody was getting ready to go, and he took the Hula fall off, and he looked like, oh shit, who the hell's gonna take it? I
right,
don't have my wise man, and he just
right.
looked over at him like, you dirty piece of shit, and just
Like
put that joint right in the corner.
you know what I mean? So it's like that they little Easter eggs they're planting and stuff with
Yeah,
that type of those little subtle things to do. But yeah,
it's gonna
night
be
one was
interesting.
like I said, mixed bag for
Yeah,
me.
night two, man. Night two started off. What were we at, Deontay, with night two?
The triple threat for the women's world championship,
Yeah,
motherfucking Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair.
we all got that one wrong. Nobody thought Io was gonna keep that motherfucker. I didn't see that. I thought it was gonna be Bianca. I was hoping it was gonna be Bianca.
We knew that, but now I picked Bianca. And my backup plan was just let Io keep it because y'all was saying that Rhea shouldn't win it back. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because she just felt shoehorned in. It was a good match though.
It was.
Their
yeah,
chemistry.
they
This
just
had the chemistry that I was kind of feeling that the Charlotte and Tiffany joint didn't have. It was like they were putting on. I ain't gonna hold you. Like it was like, yo, this how the night starting?
I don't know about
Y'all
y'all,
got a
man, but
big one to beat. This is tough.
for me, I feel like with Bianca, right? A lot of her matches start off clunky because she's trying to find pacing and how she wrestles. That's why you kind of hear her out loud calling out moves like, come to me, come on, come to me. And then it's like as the match picks up, you don't hear that as much. She kind of lets the match flow a certain way. I don't know if maybe that's just me, but I hear a lot of times when she's doing her matches, the way she is like she wants that person to kind of like come to her when she calls it the matches at first. And I think that's just kind of like it just makes for a clunkier match when it first starts off with her. But as she starts to go and let the match just kind of like flow, it always ends up really, really good. That's what I get from Bianca when she wrestles a lot of time.
yeah. They I like the finish. It was a whole lot of well, Io went for the moonsault. Rhea got the knees up. She bounces up in the air. It gets caught by Bianca for a KOD. Rhea broke that up. They went at it a little more. She hit the KOD on Rhea. Io on the top rope while the pin's going on. Hits the over the moonsault. Bam, right on both of them and pins Bianca and puts an end to that. Never been pinned at WrestleMania shit. So there goes the.
I thought she threw her into the thing. She had her legs like this and then threw her over the top, and she hit the front.
No, that was Rhea hitting her with an Alabama slam on the term on
that wasn't when the pin happened.
No, that was out. Well, no, that happened before. That's why she was sitting up there. She was already up there. But I'm talking about I just did that sequence beforehand, and then when she hit the joint on Rhea, that's when she came flipping off the top rope and laid out both of them.
At this point, I was saying like, yo, the triple threats are like the best matches so far. Like, if you combine NXT night one and this, just so far, it was like the triple threats have been crazy. Like, and like I said, I was like, yo, you starting like this, you already got it. You already rolling. So how you gonna keep the momentum going for the rest of this night?
And then we had
Street fight. Damian Priest against Drew McIntyre. And these motherfuckers.
Gonna be.
Well, I don't know why you were hating on it.
I'm just not a Damian Priest fan, bro. Like I don't know. It's me. It's me. I ain't gonna try to fight. It's me. I just not looking at it. Yeah, like I ain't even. It's just like he a mid Carter to me. I'm looking at him like, wait, Triple H look at certain people like, nah, bro, you ain't got it. You ain't got it. But it was a dope match.
That raised his hands to that table looked good though, didn't it?
It did. It did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had some good spots.
They did.
Drew with the tweet in the middle of the match was great.
He did it again like he did last year. Boy, it worked. LOL.
In the middle of the match, I was like, the match is over here. He's won.
Yeah,
Already won.
Drew's dope,
Just go ahead and
man.
pin him now. Like
And Drew's an asshole. He did that shit last year,
Real
and then
nigga had
everything
Philly,
went to shit
dog.
after that. But he did it this year. They got some more shit off. Hit him with the DDT on the steps. Pushed him off the top. He fell through the two tables, and he claymored him into the chair, wedged into
that
the.
that
I
chair
heard it
Claymore
was
was
crackling.
tough.
Oh, nigga just slid down like a melted piece of chocolate. God damn, like some fucking putty.
He sold that, man.
Yeah, he
That
did.
Claymore was crazy.
It was rough. That was rough. It was a really good match. What we had after that, Deontay? We had
Was it a women's tag title match after that?
yeah, it was. Yep. I didn't expect Becky to come back. So that was definitely one of those surprises that I don't think anybody called. They kept that one in the wrap. Was that even like on a? Did anybody even hear that like on a report or anything?
We knew Becky done re-signed back in January, but
Yeah, because
everybody just kept assuming she was coming back for this, she was coming back for that. Me and Marshall was talking outside, and he was like, when we said Bailey was out, he said, "What if it's Becky?" And I was like, Becky said that she's not coming back no time soon, but that's what somebody who wanted to be a surprise would say.
right.
You know?
That's
And
true.
when the music hit, I said, okay, that keeps me from having to take a shower now. I'll watch this shit because I thought that was going to be my piss break. I thought that tag match was going to be the piss break to go take a shower. I was like, shit, I can sit there and watch this. Becky's back.
Speaking
But
of
them-
it was outside night one. There's a lot of Pittsburgh. Anyway, that's a different story. What you saying?
Yeah, Becky coming back was cool. They really dragged out my prediction. I had her coming back at the run, but they was like, no, not yet, Lennon. Wait. It's gonna happen, just not now. So yeah, that was a shocker. And
Yeah.
not to get ahead, but after Mania was a shocker last night too. How they spun back. So
Randy or his impromptu match because he had no opponent.
well, for G, I don't want to get ahead. You know, G had he had his moment. This was my moment. This was mine. I popped. I was like, yo, that's Joe?
You
I
believe?
have to watch this guy wrestle more. When I see this dude, I just see a dweeb. I don't see nothing.
I
I
love the
believe
whole-
in Joe Hendricks.
I like it. It's so
It's so you.
meta. It's so meta, bro. I was like, this is I'm in.
When the beat drop, his music is hard, but I'm like, bro, this nigga is Mr. Kennedy / fucking Sami Zayn in one nigga. Like, I don't know. It's a goofy to me.
He was on NXT. That's why I
That
even
nigga turn around. Damn.
that was fire. That was
When he
great.
hit the fall away slam on Randy, hits his pose, and Randy comes out of frame, hits him with an
That was
RKO,
great.
and
That
hits
was
his
great.
pose into Joe Hendricks' spin.
That was great.
That was like, really, dog. We took
That was
3
a
minutes
great
for this.
intermission, bro. I was
We
like,
gave this 3 minutes. Man, what a pizza at, dog.
Just to get Randy on the card, man. Randy had no one else to fight.
yeah.
No one.
I
Unless
thought
Nick,
it was a dope swerve because everybody was just like guessing Nick or
it
you know,
needed to be
whoever.
Nick Aldis. You could have did the same thing with Nick Aldis. He just come out with a suit to tell Randy, your opponent is me. He hits
Yeah.
him or do some shit, takes
You
his
know.
suit off, and by the time he gets his suit off, he's RKO'd and the match is over. That's the same fucking
could have did it, but they was like, you know what?
That would have been some funny ass shit, okay?
Let's take it up. So, shout out to Joe Henry, man.
Yeah, fucking goofball. But anyway, man.
That song's
And then we
fire.
had
Look at the hatred. Look at the hatred.
Yeah, we had the fatal 4-way after that, right?
Yeah, Dom. For the Intercontinental title, we had Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Penta.
One of the
All
best
you
matches of the
haters.
card.
For all you haters, Dirty Dom is the Intercontinental Champion.
And what did he do? Who did he pin? I told you, I was like, if he wins, he's only going to pin one person. The jobber of the 4 wrestlers, Finn Balor.
I love it. I love it.
Yo, Finn be getting.
Finn
Finn
ain't
should
won a
have a
match
Caden
on
Cross
TV
moment.
since 2023.
For real?
Finn should have
Yes.
a Caden Cross moment for real.
Finn has not physically pinned anyone on TV since 2023.
He should have a Caden Cross moment.
Finn is
Every
a bona fide jobber, bro. When they were the tag champs, they won it in a ladder match. JD got the
He's been
pin.
buried for years now. Finn's been buried for years now.
That's crazy. I did not. 2023. They've been damn near 2 years. Jesus.
Finn
Must have
Balor,
bad work.
man. I've been caught. I was like, damn, man, that man just jobbing out on a regular. And
That
now I'm
used to be the
like,
demon, bro.
well, the demon won't shit once it got to the main roster because it got
Look
beat
at
too
that
many times.
TNA, goddamn
It
it.
only
Well,
got beat one
we
time
know
in the
why.
entire run of NXT. One time. And that was to Samoa Joe. He got to the main roster. He was beat by Roman Reigns. He
Yeah,
was
it
beat
was because we know
by
why.
Edge. He was beat by goddamn who else? You keep going. There's somebody else that done beat that motherfucker.
All the
Wasn't it
Vince's
Brock?
guys. All the Vince's dudes.
Brock.
Come on.
Yeah.
Vince would let Brock beats everybody because of Vince. Jesus Christ. Look, man. You know what? I ain't gonna
Let's
go
not
to the
get
whole
far through
gate
on that.
thing.
But
We're
the
not gonna
match,
get
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah,
remember that
you're right,
Goldberg
you're
beat
right.
him in like 50-something seconds.
I want, it's okay. I'm about to anyway. But Dom
Braun was
won. I was
wilding in this
excited.
match.
Braun Breaker before last night, he was in that tweener role right then because he just be spearing niggas and barking. That's pretty much all he was doing.
Yeah,
And he was
he was
wrecking
just
people.
flying around, bro.
Carlito got killed again. It's like,
That
dude,
nigga, that nigga is a true freaking nature.
Hey, I was done off that.
That nigga
The
athleticism.
Carlito spot, I was like,
Why he wait though? He looked like no, don't do it. Like really?
and he
Like-
jumped from one table to the next and speaking through the fucking
you
table.
mean to tell me you jumped from another table to another table just to hit Carlito? Like, I swear to God, they keep telling him his speed. I'm telling you, it has to be what triggers it. It's like,
Right.
that's speed again.
Side of the next night, that nigga went the other way around to get up to 50 miles an hour to put fucking Roman through the goddamn
Barricade.
through the barricade. I'm like, this nigga, God, we need him and Brock one time. Anyway, different story. But yes, it was I thought it was a fun match. Dom won. He beat Finn Balor. I did not know he has not won a match since 2023. Damn. Hey, Poe thing. He'd be all right. Fuck it.
Dom getting that crowd reaction was different.
They actually cheered Dom for winning. He slowly becoming the heel that people cheer now.
I
With
think
that
people
belt,
fuck with
probably
him, bro, because
so.
Dom is good for real. Dom can wrestle, man.
Dom could wrestle when he was with Ray. He just had nothing else.
Right.
He couldn't talk,
Yeah,
and everything he did seemed like you said, like a dweeb and shit. Turning him heel saved that kid's career, dude.
Yeah, that nigga turned the edge with a little ass body.
And he's embraced his full Eddie.
Yeah. Once he cut that goddamn mustache off, you know what I mean? Or
he ain't cutting the Eddie mustache or the mullet. He ain't cutting either one up.
Nah,
the mullet's cool, but the handlebar joint, like the
yeah.
Well,
his father is Eddie Guerrero. Why would he shave that back? I mean,
his father's not Eddie
You
Guerrero.
need to get a little lineup or something.
His father's not Eddie Guerrero.
In kayfabe, yes, he is. In kayfabe, he is.
Just
Now,
saying.
wrestling is real. People are
You a
fake.
Dom fan? How you? What is this?
Eddie Guerrero exposed this years ago. I'm your papi, SA.
He's from the Noya, okay? He's from, you know what I mean? My nigga was locked up, came out, got the baddest bitch. You know what I'm saying? He a different type of dude. It ain't about Eddie or Ray, you know what I mean? He a real one.
It's definitely about Eddie and Ray, but okay.
My
His
nigga
name is
from
literally
Hillside.
Mysterio, but
My nigga from Hillside.
I hear you.
Hillside, what's up?
I hear you. I hear
You know
you.
what I'm saying? Creighton Court type nigga. All right. But
Logan Paul and AJ Styles.
now with that match,
This was terrible.
This is probably the worst Logan Paul match.
This was terrible.
Probably the worst. And I was very disappointed in the finish. Because Karrion Kross comes out here.
The phenomenal one.
And I had on an AJ shirt when I was watching it. I was ready to just throw that shit in the trash.
The phenomenal
Because AJ is one more loss away from being in Finn Balor territory with me.
I didn't think it was terrible. I thought that they did what they felt they had to do. I think they tried to change the pace of the match on purpose and try something different. Because the match, it was like everything was, it was like you was on a high off of that race stuff. It was like, let's have more of a technical match. Let's try that. I just
Logan
don't think
Paul technical.
They tried it. It did not work. AJ thought he could carry the match because AJ is technically sound. Logan Paul just couldn't really keep up in that regard. And I think that's why it failed. But I didn't dislike it.
I
I thought they
disliked it.
did it on purpose.
I disliked it. I get where you're coming from. I still
Yeah.
disliked it. I think for a dude that really like literally rehearses his moves all the way, all like repeatedly to be halfway decent and still give me that, get it off my screen, bro. It's like
I got you.
what is the point?
I got you.
It's like I don't care if he can sell energy drinks. Get him off my screen. Like this is a
Yeah.
waste of time. It's a waste of time.
It was just like I said, it was the worst Logan Paul match. He's had good matches before. This one right
He
here,
had good
just
spots here and
it
there. I
it
give
didn't
him
do it
that,
for me
but
this go round at all.
get
I
him
was
off
sitting
my
there like, damn,
screen, bro.
this was the piss break, and I wouldn't have thought I would say that about an AJ Styles match.
Exactly. Like, how do you? Only Logan Paul would do that.
I think they try to,
Do y'all
more.
think they should
I think
end
people
that feud
expected
because of
high
this match?
flying and all that.
What?
I think
Do
they
you think
kind
they
of
should
felt like,
end
where do
this
we go
feud
from?
because of that match?
The
Oh,
feud probably is over because what? Cross ran up on him and said that you done legitimized him
Yeah.
by letting him beat you, not doing what you were supposed to do. And this whole carrying Cross thing, I'm not even gonna get into that promo he cut. The man been doing this shit for like since he's come back. He's been intertwined in a lot of storylines by just being in the background and basically being the catalyst for a lot of motherfuckers that turn heel later on down the line. He did it with goddamn Seth, the New Day. He's been fucking with AJ. He kept saying the time was ticking on Roman Reigns, but I thought that meant for him to try to come for the title. Now they're trying to spin it and saying that everything else that has fallen off for Roman was his prediction, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I don't know. Karrion Cross it just doesn't do it for me. That promo was wild, but I'm pretty sure that was something that they told him, just go ahead and do some wild shit to get your name back out there. And we might give you a push.
Yeah, see if it clicked. And they was like, yeah, it ain't working. Get your ass back on the bench. Sick. What we had next, fellas? What was the next match?
Main event.
Main event.
John Cena against fucking Cody
We
Rhodes.
got back-to-back mid in this joint.
No, this was trash. This main event was ass because I knew it was going to be ass. John Cena is fucking washed. This man
Super
is work.
washed.
Look, and he's already washed, and then you add the fact that he's working heel, so he's going to do slower moves, headlocks, chin locks, and stiff punch, shit like that's all he's gonna do. I'm sitting here like, yo, can we hear him get the ref bump and get to the finish? Ref bump comes, thinking it's about to get good. And then Travis Scott takes 45 minutes of my life to get to the goddamn ring.
The Flame.
By the time he got there, oh my God. And all that just to take a crossroads. And then motherfucking Cena goes for the belt shot. Cody stops this. Mind you, Cody has already gotten his ass beat by The Rock, John Cena, and Travis Scott. He's conflicted on whether or not to hit this man. It made Cody look like a jackass. And then he gets kicked in the dick and hit with the title, and he loses. Like I expected him to do, but
I caught that match on the highlights the next day. After the AJ match, I literally went to sleep. I was tired.
Well, shit, you didn't need to see the last match because
I kind of felt that way. D. Like I literally was like, I'm out. Cena's gonna win. I don't know why.
Because everybody in C Nation was waving their pom poms. They brought out their new wristbands. They brought their new jorts out. They got some more Asics. They got the new T-shirts. They got the new fitteds. Everything. They bought his old album that came out in the 2000s, all in celebration, because he was going to get this. And then the night as the match went on, and everything closed down, and it was like grand closing, and it was like, yo, that was underwhelming. It's like, I wonder why. It's your GOAT. He's always been underwhelming. Now he's underwhelming as a heel.
He did say he was going to ruin wrestling for y'all.
And
he
already did that for me. I was like, bro, you been did that.
He told you what he's going to do. It's just that he's a bad guy now, which makes it better, but we're not going to get a Cena 5-star classic. This is why
So he's
I
intentionally
called
fucking.
his first opponent would probably be Randy because his backlash will be in St. Louis, Randy's hometown.
Yeah.
But we're not going to, I don't care how good Randy Orton is. This is not going to be good either. I just hope that they
Randy
do
gonna
the
have to
finish.
carry.
I just hope the finish of Randy and Cena is what Randy did to Cena many years ago. The match get down to the wire. Cena just looks at the ref and just smacks the ref in the face to get DQ'd like Randy did. To go
Oh,
ahead and spin
that
that shit
type of
up.
callback, that would be fun.
Yes. Because Randy wore his the gear he had on was inspired by the first year, his rookie, debut year or whatever. So if we going down this road of Randy versus Cena for the 999th time, just with different roles.
Yeah, because that's what they're doing. They just switch the roles.
I
But I
gotta whenever he loses, which will probably be SummerSlam, because that'll probably be one of his 36 days, 36 dates he had. Well,
we're
27 he
down
has
to
left.
27 now, buddy.
27, yeah.
27. And this is appearances, not matches.
Right. So I got a feeling he's gonna lose to Cody. Right.
That's
And I
probably
believe what we talked about last time, that whole swerve thing, where like he does become the Rock's champion, I think that's gonna happen.
I think The Rock has nothing to do with anything anymore after that shit he said on the Pat McAfee show today.
What did this goofy ass say, dog?
well. Wait, yeah.
Oh, you're gonna take this, Sean, or you want me to do it?
I'll let you take it. I'll just ad lib.
Well, The Rock was on the Pat McAfee show today talking about he didn't want to know the finish of this and that. He just wanted to see how it goes, and everybody on the show delivered and stuff like that. And they were saying, "Why won't you there?" He was talking about his schedule and shit. And go ahead, Gary.
You said he didn't want to know the finishes of the match.
They don't even hide this shit anymore. They just say shit. Dude, they have a fucking Netflix series called what is it? Untold, or some shit like that is getting ready to drop. They going behind the curtain. On the preview, they had the WrestleMania card on the fucking board of all the potential matches and what was set in stone. And they had Jade Cargill against Nia Jax for the women's title on there before they took the belt off of Nia to Tiffany and shit. And the only thing that was on that board that actually happened was Cena versus Cody, and it was supposed to be Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Everything else has either been changed or tweaked or whatever. But yeah, he said that on the show and talking about all this other shit, and I was like, well, damn. They literally, because they wanted to turn Cena heel at Mania, but The Rock came in, round the chamber, and did all that other shit, and they did it then. Because it might have actually worked better if Cena had turned heel in the main event. Like right when the referee go down, then he kicks him in the dick, hit him with the title to win, and do all that shit. But
yeah,
The Rock kind of fucked us on this one. Because last year, this time, I was so fucking excited for everything after The Rock came back, tried to murder Cody Rhodes and all that other shit.
Yeah,
this year,
it was. And that's the thing that's what was kind of like the disappointing part of this. Is like the bar was high, and
yeah,
you set yourself up with this heel turn with Cena,
and him being aligned with The Rock, and you don't see The Rock no more after this. You see Travis Scott.
Yeah, and I don't get it, because I was like, once I seen the Flame, I was like, well, The Rock gotta be here, because why would it just be Travis? And then they just did what they did, and it was like, wow, that was worse than it could have been. And for the fact he got to come out and talk to Pat McAfee, it tells you that they see the reaction to that match, and it's like, bro, y'all fumbled that horribly. Like,
who do y'all think want to take the belt off The Rock? Then I mean, off Cena.
Who's actually going to beat Cena?
Yeah, it's going to be the one to take the belt off of him.
It would probably be Cody.
I was going to say Cody or Punk.
At this point, I don't think anybody really gives a shit. I just think whoever they put it on, they're going to be cool with it.
By then, yeah. Because right now, like we doing with that countdown, it's all about timing. If you don't get this motherfucker the belt off this nigga before this last date or on that last date, he's leaving with the title.
Yeah,
So
He's gonna
so
lose
that's
it
kind of
on
their
the 36th
selling. That
appearance.
it's like, is he gonna leave with the belt? So you give Cody some time off, kind of let
He's
that.
gonna lose it on day 30 on appearance 36.
You got 27 dates left, so I
Oh,
think that, and I won't be
appearance
surprised if it's
27, he
SummerSlam.
gonna lose it.
Especially if they already talking about SummerSlam gonna be 2 nights. I would not be surprised if he loses at SummerSlam.
And whoever wins Money in the Bank is gonna do it.
they'll be the one to do it. Whoever wins the briefcase.
Yep.
That would be hilarious. He thinks he's gonna win. He thinks he won. He's going home with the belt. It's like cashes in the last minute.
I'm
Great.
gonna say Gunther's gonna win Money in the Bank.
So you just took what I just said 40 minutes ago and just tried to use it against.
I think that way he'll have won both heavyweight championship belts.
That actually be a good ending for him. Like he's like, I'm done. I won.
And you could say that's long-term storytelling too, because in the whole build-up with Jay, Gunther was saying beating you doesn't do anything for my legacy. I should be beating up Cody or John Cena or something like that. Beating you means nothing.
So taking off the belt off the number one belt holder continues his run. And on top of that, you'll probably have those guys in the in the Money in the Bank match with him. So he'll be able to conquer all of those people at the same time.
Maybe Seth gets it, and Seth beats that guy again.
I think Seth's gonna take it off Jey Uso.
That I don't think Seth's leaving SmackDown. I mean,
Or Braun Breaker's gonna take it off Jey Uso.
Braun Breaker's the heavy. Braun Breaker ain't gonna be the man. He gonna be the guy that does the dirty work, but he ain't gonna be the guy to do it.
Seth goes after the belt Cena has, and Breaker goes after
That's two different shows. That's two different shows. Because SmackDown is gonna be the primary place for Cena.
And that's where they're gonna send Seth Rollins going over there, and he's gonna take the belt. Him or Gunther, I think, are gonna take the belt off Cena. They'll just switch shows.
I don't know.
I don't know about all that.
Because the only person
But once you have the briefcase, you don't have a show. You can just take it off whoever when you have the briefcase.
That's what I'm saying.
But that switching show shit, I don't see it.
So, but think of who else is on SmackDown that you could see taking it off Cena other than Cody.
You never know. They might do some shakeups. People can get hot by that time.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to move someone from.
It really don't matter who's on SmackDown now anyway, because even if, let's say, he defended the belt every fucking week, he's not going to lose until the last fucking night.
Yeah.
So you can go every person on the roster. It's not going to matter. If you let somebody get in a 4-way or some shit like that, it's going to be hard.
I think I truly believe the person who wins the, like you said, that because that just sounds too great.
Let's just say appearance 27 is not even a pay-per-view. I can see the Money in the Bank winner catching him as he walks out the arena with that motherfucker ready to bounce, clovers his ass, calls for the ref, pins his ass, not even in the ring.
It's not the hardcore title.
Now that has never happened before. No one has ever cashed in outside of a wrestling ring. I don't even know if that's legal. I don't even know if that's even legal.
All you need is a referee and the bell and them to ding the bell.
No, wait a minute. It is an open contract, so maybe you need to put on the contract. It doesn't have to be in the ring. You need to put that on the contract. That's why they walk around with that briefcase, because that bitch is in there. Because that has never been done before.
Do like Archie putting on the flight, yo.
That's what they said. An R-Truth joint.
Put that nigga on the flight.
Pin the nigga on the plane, man.
24.
Put that nigga on the flight is crazy.
Well, I think at this point you have to do something like that just to make it spicy. Because let's be real, no one really wants to see Cena talk dumb shit.
I think
we know in the ring he's not performing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you got to do something to kind of see spice in that situation.
It'll be SummerSlam. His last day will be SummerSlam. I'm telling you.
I guarantee it'll be SummerSlam.
Wow. Let me throw another hypothetical bullshit. Brock Lesnar's going to get excused from his Vince McMahon charges.
That ain't happening.
I'm going to shut you down already. Come on, bro.
Is Mike off? I'm about to mute this nigga. I'm about to mute this nigga, dog.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be some dumb shit like that.
No,
Somehow,
but I listen.
watch. You see some shit like ESPN. Oh, Brock Lesnar has been removed from the Vince McMahon trial. Then you gonna see it. Watch. You gonna see the music come out, and he's
Really,
gonna fucking take the belt off John
Yeah,
Cena.
that'd be insane, dog. Everybody be like, "Hey, yo, really, dog?"
Vince can't even remove himself from it, so I don't think Brock can.
Yeah.
Bro,
No,
they
but
might-
I like
Netflix
that.
might
quote.
cancel the goddamn contract. Everything.
Yeah, Netflix letting that go.
Fox, all the channels, man. Fuck Russell. We taking this shit off. They all gotta go.
No, I agree, man. I think that whoever wins Money in the Bank, John Cena gonna beat whoever at SummerSlam, and then he gonna think he's out, and that music gonna hit.
That would be
He
a
gonna
cool
drop
swerve.
that would be hilarious.
But
That would
no,
be
Yeah,
hilarious.
the
they'll
more
have
we
the
sit here
dude
on this
who
Money in
wins
the Bank shit,
wasted.
it's gonna be fucking Punk, bruh. It's gonna be Punk.
I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I think Punk's gonna be the one to take that title off him.
Punk and Roman got their hands full with Braun Breaker and
And
fucking
Seth
Seth right now. They might even have to team up.
Oh, they gonna
and
team up
put-
with
probably will.
Backlash.
They might team up in a match or two or whatever, but
Probably Backlash for sure.
Yeah, it'll be them two in Backlash.
that's if Roman decides to work that day. But yeah,
True.
but him showing up on the Raw after Mania was a shocker.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's a couple ways they can go with this shit. Just don't fuck it up like you did that main event of night 2.
That was brutal. That was brutal.
So, like I said, as a whole, WrestleMania 41 was kind of ass as a whole.
Yeah, it was.
It had its good parts, but it was more bad than good to me.
You could tell that from the card too. You look at the card, you were just like
Mid of Mania. That's what I call it.
Yeah,
Well,
Middlemania.
I think we've been talking about it for the past months when we talking about just the builds and what how are they trying to book this, and I think they lost that footing somewhere with the builds in a lot of those matches.
Because I think you said it earlier, Sean. Like we were talking about it, that some of these storylines they started them too early, so it was getting stagnant by the time.
That's what I said about the Gunther and Jones. I said they had like their story was told in 2 weeks, and they still had 5 weeks to go.
Yeah,
so that's why they brought Big Jim in there and all that other shit to happen.
Try to spice it and get some juice back into it.
Because I was saying that way back at the Rumble when we had the Women's Rumble, I was like, man, Creator got to get some things going with these women, because you can get a lot going that ain't really being. You ain't really using the talent that's at their disposal, and it made me look at the entire everything. And I was like, man, okay, we see where that's kind of going with that build. I like what that build is, but why is these so thin? Like if KO and Randy were able to do, I think they would have been pretty good. But yeah, a lot of it just, I think that's why the matches fell flat.
You can't give Seth, Roman, and Punk 20 minutes on SmackDown and Raw. and then you got 40 minutes for commercials. That's an hour out the show right there. Like,
if you want to break, dude, have you seen the breakdowns for the wait time during WrestleMania, bro? You see all them goddamn ads and shit kept coming on. Bro, this shit is getting fucking out of hand, man.
They was showing ads while they was trying to show the recap of how we got here. And I'm like, they can't even fit all this shit in. It was crazy.
That's why I always push back on the more shows thing, because I feel like if they had more shows, it's just more ads. It won't be more wrestling.
Dude, they had a 3 hour. What was Raw? 3 hours or 2 hours last night? What was it? It was 3 hours, right? And we had 3 matches. 3.
That shit's
it was just story.
Highlights.
And yet some people are saying the night after Mania was better than the actual Mania. That shows how ass WrestleMania was.
Yeah, I did see that. People were like, man, this is one of the best.
That shit was like Sports Center for wrestling yesterday.
That's one thing about Vince. Vince would have had it where it would have been, nigga, he would have did the New Day and Roman Reigns and fucking CM Punk versus Braun Breaker. He would have. He would have Braun Breaker, Seth
had a Survivor Series
for a second
in the Viking Raiders, dog.
For a second, I thought you was ready to say Vince would have did something good, because Night After Mania has not been good for about 10 years.
No, I'm just saying that.
Oh, no, for a second, I thought you was going to say that. I was like, well, don't you dare sit here and say Vince would have had something good doing.
That what Vince would have did. Vince would have been like, okay, cool, because he know we got to build this a little bit more. Like, so he would have just took 4 niggas on the good and the bad side, put them on the.
He would have did that, or he would have gave you the exact same match that you saw last week.
Yeah.
He would have gave us El Grande Americano against Rey Mysterio again. And then it didn't even happen. He would right now,
even though he's ass.
Damn, we didn't even say that match on the card. We forgot all about that. That was on night 1.
Now, listen, the moonsault thing, the 450 back J. I was like, that was kind of dope. That was dope.
The moonsault senton.
That should have been the second match after Jay and them.
His music is so like, bro, really? Why he gotta have El Paso, Texas music? Like,
hey, this shit, that's the joke. That's the running gag.
I know, right?
But the whole he put a metal plate in his mask and it only hurts the opponent and not him is insane to me.
Lex Luger.
That mask always over here.
But at least Lex Luger had a bionic forearm. He had it in the forearm. I can hurt people with this. But I have a metal plate here. If a motherfucker kicks me in the head, they only hurt their foot.
It's same for me, man. I'm not gonna hold you like because they was dragging the metal plate. Oh, the metal plate in the forearm. All right, bro.
With the Luger Jang,
the Luger Jang back, bro. God damn, man.
Nigga Luger, nigga hit the Yokozuna with the forearm. You people hosting him on the shoulders. Yeah.
But Yoko went out the ring, got counted out.
It's insane. I'm not gonna act like it's not. Like that feels like a plot for a movie. I don't know. It's just like, all right.
Fucking ass.
He was damaged in the car wreck, and they put a metal plate in his head. It's like, all right.
Next time. Okay. Anyway, but yeah.
I wanted to say this. Back to the Joe Henry. Vince would have lost his mind if he was still in the company because that man walked out there with a TNA belt. He would have destroyed everything in the back. Everything.
Get him the fuck off my show now.
What is this son of a bitch doing? It would have been insane.
Bro, you would have heard Vince's music in the middle of him walking down.
Yeah, it was in the middle.
No chance. No. Pull him back. Get him out of here. Where's Pat Patterson at? Hey, get that motherfucker out. Let's go. Chop it up.
Patterson dead in the motherfucker, bro.
Bro, wake his ass up. Let's go. Get him out of here.
Bruh,
it's
crazy.
Firing motherfuckers on the way to the ring, bro. Get all. No, we not having that guy.
Yeah. Said, no chance.
I believe no chance. Oh, okay, all right. Well.
Cut his music off mid-stroke.
Yes, we're not getting Joe.
Do his little stance. Nah, bro.
Mid-stroke.
Your ass right in front of the walkway. Whoa.
Nigga can't walk down back and stop that nigga doing all this shit. Hey, go back. Put that belt in the back. What the hell?
God damn it.
This is one of those fucking shows.
He would have said,
voice, man.
What's his son name? Send his ass out there to get mauled for about 10 seconds.
Jesus.
The last time Shane McMahon came out at a WrestleMania, he tore his fucking quad, and Snoop Dogg had to say
he had a Vince moment.
Bro, he can catch us. He can
quad
catch
blew
RKO and go right down. He ain't got to get up, and he can have a flashback.
That nigga had how many blowouts have we had? Vince blew out 2 quads at the same time.
Same time.
He blew out his quad on a fucking a jump and the little
on a leapfrog. Triple H blew out both quads. One in 2001 and the other one in like 06.
Didn't dumbass Diesel blow out one too?
Diesel blew out a quad the night he got back healthy. I'm cleared. Did 3 moves, ran to the corner, blew out a quad.
His quad said,
shot him in the goddamn quad.
That nigga quad said, hey, yo, look, time out. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to check out for a bit.
Quad played his theme music for him. Or the horn and shit. That was his quad.
Yo, so that shit like,
that nigga quad is horrible.
The GoldenEye joint, the GoldenEye game, the little sniper rifle joint.
That nigga had that nigga leg looked like shorty legs when it came off. I'm going to get you sucker, dog. When she that nigga leg look, that nigga leg just collapsed like it was a prosthetic. Like God, trash ass nigga. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So like I said, man, all in all, it wasn't really all. It was okay. It was okay. It's
been a rough month for these pay-per-views, man.
You know, I would shout out to Dom. You know,
But we're not gonna keep talking about that motherfucker.
don't start hating. Okay. Anyway, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this.
Hey, you
Let
can't
Dom
hate
cook.
that.
Let Dom work, man.
That dude is
Um,
lukewarm at best.
hater. You listen. Before we go, NBA, man, we gotta get this for NBA real quick, man. It is the playoffs. We got some games tonight so far. So what? The playoffs started on Saturday, right? Saturday.
You mean do the quick rundown? Milwaukee got the shit beat out of them. Kyle Kuzma played 22 minutes and had as many points, steals, rebounds, assists, turnovers as all of us. That's how many. That's how much combined. Yes.
Combined. Yes.
The Denver Nuggets came back. The Clippers choked. They let Russell Westbrook wide open, and he hit a 3-pointer, and they go to overtime. Denver wins. Motherfucking the New York Knicks went on a 21-0 run in the fourth quarter against Detroit. Detroit choked in game one. So New York wins that one. You had motherfucking the Lakers thinking they're going to be Lakers in 5. Well, they got the shit beat out of them, and that was just game one. So unless they going to win 4 in a row, that ain't going to happen.
And Golden State beat the Rockets.
Oh, they were hugging and tugging on goddamn Steph all night, but he did what he did. They stole the first one. What else we got?
Quick.
Oh, the Memphis Grizzlies got the shit.
Dog walk.
51 fucking points.
Jesus.
For all that, you could have let Dallas go to the playoffs for all that.
Yeah, they beat the shit out. They're going to probably lose tonight, too.
53-17 run.
And that's how every time I looked at the TV, it just kept getting worse and worse. I said, man, let me go cut some grass.
This is bad.
I'd rather cut grass on a Sunday than watch this ass whooping.
That was a belt ass.
It was. It was
OKC was like, move your hand. That's what they were saying the whole game.
Move your hand.
Yeah.
Cleveland dog walked they won by like
Miami, but it wasn't. But nothing was worse than the Memphis one.
Yeah, that Memphis game was.
Yeah,
and Boston, they had a tough time in the beginning with Orlando. They pulled away in the second half.
Yeah,
but Wagner and motherfucking Paolo was out there hooping. He needed some help.
And then last night, my Pistons got our lick back.
Yes, you did. You almost tricked it up again. But Dennis Schroeder saved your ass.
Yeah, Schroeder came through.
Yeah. Yep, that is true.
Kawhi Leonard looked like prime Kawhi again.
Yeah,
good God,
turned the clock back.
Tied that series 1-1.
That's going 7. That's going 7. That is going to
the
be
Lakers better win tonight, or they might be done.
I think they're done. If
they better win tonight, or it might be a quick summer. Cancun reservations already booked.
They not sharing a room. Anybody sharing a room?
Hell no.
That's crazy.
Rui and Reeves is.
They giving their ass a hut on the goddamn beach. Put the whole team in one hut.
Rui and Reeves gonna share a room. They ain't gonna have to share a room.
The Grizzlies are fighting. They're only down 10. Listen.
Hey, Bronny Jr. said, "Hey, I can shut down and put me in the game, coach. Don't get your ass killed, boy. Shut your ass up and sit down, watch the game."
That was AI Bronny talking.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah. That honestly, they might be in real trouble. They might be in real trouble.
Dame is back. And they're actually in the game tonight.
Yeah, 60 to 68 right now at the half.
Yeah,
they got a shot. They got a shot to pull it out.
I hope so.
At least make it interesting. They don't even get swept.
They just can't beat. Didn't you say that, Deontay? They lost all 4 times these niggas, right?
They keep on losing them. But last year, they didn't have Giannis and Dame at the same time. Like, Giannis didn't play at all, and then Dame got hurt in game 3, and it was just, Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton out that motherfucker.
Okay. So, and then the Lakers play tonight at 10 o'clock. I hope the Lakers lose. God, I hope the Lakers lose. I hope these some bitches lose.
Yeah, Mr. 40 looked like 40 for real out there.
I'm sick of these.
I guess them superpowers starting now, so that invisible juice, that don't start to run out for Bron.
And a lot of this shit that we were saying, that all of us as a collective was saying, they let Luka do what he do. Let him score 40. He had 1 assist.
That's
That's how you win.
He had 1 assist.
And Nas Reed was killing that.
What didn't you go if you're gonna go small? Nas Reed, McDaniels, Ant, Randall, and motherfucking Vincenzo. And Nas Reed and McDaniels both had over 20.
And I
they
think
took advantage
McDaniels
of the
has to
Lakers.
stay aggressive. If McDaniels stays aggressive and keeps attacking the rim, the Lakers is in serious trouble.
They probably won't shoot like that again tonight, but
No, because McDaniels don't even shoot that high percentage, but he was 3-3 in that game.
but they took advantage of that. The Lakers lack of rim protection. Been saying it all season for them,
And Julius Randle,
the way
get
that
your
they
big ass on the block, you lazy motherfucker.
the way that
Stop trying to be shooting threes, bro. Get on the block. They cannot stop you on the block.
the way that the Lakers like to play, man. They want to be in that paint because of the no rim protection. So that was easy money for them. It's like, all right, we're gonna take these shots then, and they weren't closing out. They was just like, oh, that's pulling it. Well, let's get back on defense. Like it's just like, yo,
Yeah.
I mean, they were really taking advantage of that. Even with Ant not really lighting it up, he was more in the playmaker mode. So yeah, it was.
But he still took what 27 shots, 22, 27 shots, something like that. But all his assists was mainly on 3-pointers. So if you gonna double Ant-Man and if McDaniels and Randall and all of them are hitting 3-pointers like that, you in trouble.
Yeah.
But see,
And not do it tonight.
them attacking the rim gives you wide open shots because, like you said, the Lakers can't really protect the rim. So you attack the basket, sucking the defense. You kicking out the dudes that's shooting jumpers by themselves. Better chance of them actually making the shot.
Stays the game plan tonight, man. That if you LeBron gonna have to score 50, Luke gonna score 50, and god damn it, that is all you niggas is getting. We staying home, and y'all gonna have to beat us 99-100. That is it. Because nope. It's the assists that if you keep them assists down, they'll be all right. Keep people like Austin Reeves out of the game. You cannot have 20 on you. He get 18. Fucking Hachimura get 10. You lost. You're not winning that. It's over. So yeah.
Back to what I said on the last part. Who the fuck gonna hit some shots? Gabe Vincent?
That's what I'm saying. Like he been non-existent. So you got to get some people to knock down shots.
You think you're gonna get a consistent 10 to 15 out of Dorian Finney-Smith?
Hell to the dog.
He ain't even get enough shots to get that many points. You can't get 10 points on 3 shots.
Let me ask y'all this question. If healthy, Clippers get past Denver, which I believe they will, can they beat OKC?
No.
Yes.
It'll be a good matchup for OKC.
Now, I believe it'll go 7 games, but I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Them young boys, they got depth. They can run 7-8.
OKC?
They can. I'm not saying they will, but they can. Prime Kawhi and Harden and Zubac. Norman Powell hasn't even shown up yet.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. See, the Clippers.
I'm shocked.
That front four, that starting 5 for the Clippers, that's tough. But who's their 6th man?
Bogdanovich and Nick Batum and goddamn who else? Who's
3 guys?
Bogdanovich don't play no damn defense. That's a sniper. That's a sniper. Damn Batum, 3 and D. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but when you look at when OKC goes to the bench, they bring in that same level of athleticism. So it's like they don't really change their stripes even if they go to their bench.
They still got to prove it. We thought all this shit last year, and they lost to the fucking Timberwolves.
I think that would go 7 games because the Clippers got some firepower. So
Shea gonna have to
not the Mavericks. I'm tripping the Mavericks.
Shea gonna have to average 45 to beat me. I'm not letting what you call get into the game.
Who? Williams?
Jalen Williams?
I can't let them get
that Chet. You still got, bro. They got dudes who.
Yeah, they're deep.
They're deep. I believe Cleveland has
ball in the net.
It's gonna be Williams, bro. Cleveland has pieces to neutralize the other pieces where they cancel each other out. But
I won't say they got the neutralize what the way that they're beating the Nuggets is because the Nuggets are turning the ball over.
Yeah.
So they're getting a lot of points off them
Like easy
mistakes,
buckets.
and their defense is really making up for when they can't push the offense is probably is more than they want to. So I think that's the thing too. If they can create that same type of environment, it may be a different thing for them. But that's the thing. If the Thunder can do that, it's gonna be tough.
This may this may sound crazy, but I would put James Harden on Shea. Like I think they're gonna put Kawhi on him, try to slow him down.
Who? James Harden Garden? Who?
James Harden's gonna get murdered by that man on offense. On Shea. I know this.
The thing is, you're gonna need James Harden to put the ball in the basket as well.
James Harden ain't gonna play no defense in that man. That's not the point.
But you put James Harden on someone else. Don't put him on Shea.
That
You're
man
gonna-
foul baits too
you're gonna
much.
need Harden.
If you get
You're gonna
Harden
need
in foul
Harden.
trouble, you want to put the ball in the hands of Chris Dunn.
I don't think Shea. I don't think James Harden's gonna play defense well enough on him to even get into foul trouble.
Then why put him on there? Because that means Shea's getting free buckets.
I won that.
That's
Say
not how
things
you
look-
play them.
Hold
on.
That's not how you play a
You
team
can't
that
use
deep.
this. You can't use the strategy that the Lakers, because the thing about Oklahoma City, they got dudes who they're one of the top 2 or 3 defensive players. So them guys, they can create
get
their
into the
own
paint,
offense.
when Shea get into the paint and you collapse, it's a wrap. They have shooters. They have length. They have size. You cannot allow. If he gets to the paint, let get to the rim. Fuck it. Let get to the rim. Take the 2.
Bro, that doesn't work in your favor still.
Okay.
Because Oklahoma City defensively can stop your ass from scoring.
They're not stopping Kawhi. Nobody. Healthy. They're not stopping. They're not.
They're deeper than them, though. That's
Remember,
what
they
the
don't
problem
need
that
to
you
stop
kind
Kawhi.
of skipping.
Okay.
Kawhi has stopped himself because he's bound to get hurt walking across.
We ain't talking
walking across the
about.
court.
We talk. I said healthy.
Yeah, we got
Even
it.
if he stays healthy, I trust Oklahoma City more than I trust James Harden in the fourth quarter. He's bound to fucking disappear.
You don't have to trust James Harden for a quarter if Kawhi is healthy.
But how you gonna stay close enough to the game to get Kawhi to finish the game?
I won't say that. You need James to make because James had to make big shots last night. If you don't make
need
those big
Harden
shots,
to keep the game in position for Kawhi to finish it.
Okay.
because you
They're
got
gonna
to
This
look
is
at
where
it.
Norman Powell will have to come in, but Zubac been holding it, has been that glue that's keeping the team together right now.
Yeah, you've had the other guys make some plays that they need, but it's like you can't have every game like that. That don't work. You can't have every game that way. So
I think
I'm
they should have ball out
I'm
his hands
saying
for a
that
quarter.
series
I think
will
they should
have to
ball
go
out James
7
hands
games,
for
but
a
I think
quarter.
Oklahoma City has the edge just off the fact that they're the deeper team.
Okay.
But
Well,
it's still
I
going
look at
7
it like
games. They're
this,
probably
like-
going to
Clippers
all
ain't the
be
Grizzlies.
close.
Clippers ain't the Grizzlies, so we gonna see.
Who?
Clippers
He said the
ain't-
Clippers ain't the Grizzlies, and that's
We know
damn
that,
sure
but
the truth.
Bro, the Grizzlies ain't the Grizzlies.
that's not a good argument if you just
The
say
Grizzlies
well,
went
they
from
ain't
a
a bad
3 seed
team.
to
We know
barely
they got a
making the
bad
playoffs.
team. We never said they were.
What I'm saying is,
I'm not expecting the Clippers to play like them. I just brought up a bunch of different things that just happened the last 2 games.
Now you
With
got me
turnovers.
hoping the Clippers actually beat the Nuggets because I want to see that because I picked the Nuggets to beat them.
no, Nuggets ain't beating them. They have no bench. No bench.
Sounds good.
They have no bench.
They got
It
the
ain't
best
about
player.
the
They got
bench.
the
The
best player on
reason
the
they
court.
lost is because they're turning the ball over. I just said this.
I understand what
both
you're
of
saying.
them
They're
Really
Really
not-
not, bro. I
both
just said it, and you said they ain't got no bench. That's not why
Both
they
games
lost.
explode.
No, they turn the ball. I understand. They don't make smart decisions. I understand that part.
That's
No,
not
both
no.
games
It's
have
not
been close,
about
and the
smart
Nuggets haven't played
decisions.
their best game
The
yet.
Clippers were playing really good defense
Okay.
and capitalizing off their sloppy play. Joker was turning the ball over 5 times in the second half. 5. That's an uncharacteristic game from him. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
They were getting a lot of things. They scored like 21 points off 20 turnovers.
Okay.
That ain't got nothing to do with bench.
The Nuggets haven't played a good game yet.
And Murray and Russ were playing fine.
Okay.
Murray actually showed up. He was horrible in game 1. So it's like it's one of those things. It's not just a singular thing. Like the bench, yeah, but it ain't that. They ain't reasons why they lost.
What I'm saying is, well, with Denver, they had a lot of turnovers, but I'm also saying that because they don't have a bench, they don't have anybody to spell people like Jokic and their players. They're going to, in the 7 games, they're going to gas out. That's probably had all them turnovers anyways.
It won't that. It
The
were
Nuggets
making
play.
bad
The Nuggets
plays.
playing
It won't.
style
It
doesn't
won't
gas
gassing
out
out.
them
All right,
because the
I give
Nuggets
you another example.
prefer.
It won't all that. They were missing shots too because Gordon missed the dunk wide open. Normal thing for Gordon to hit a dunk. He
The
whiffed it on it.
Nuggets play
It's
better in
stuff
the
like
half
that
court.
that happen.
The
Those are your
Nuggets don't
key
have to
guys
run.
making bad plays. Your
Yeah, the
best
Nuggets
player
don't have to run.
had a bad
They
night.
can conserve energy because they play better in the half court anyway. Because that allows the
Now,
Joker to be the
if you
Joker.
talking about now, like
They
we
can
talking
control
about bench,
tempo and pace.
I got to bring up your team because y'all bench was going off.
Yeah.
And they barely won.
Barely. They
The
almost let
same
it go.
game, the
They
same game
almost
the
let it
Nuggets
go.
had 20 turnovers, the Clippers played almost a perfect game. Their bench gave them plenty of scoring, and they had 20 extra possessions off turnovers. Telling you, the Nuggets have a very good chance of winning that series. The Clippers gonna have to play phenomenal defense and still score to beat the Nuggets.
That series because it's a thin margin with them. It's going to be one. It's going to take one or two plays. It's going to be like how we talked in football with the Chiefs. Where it's like it's
It's
2 to 3
always
plays
one
that'll happen,
play.
and it'll shift some. That's how that series is going to go. So I definitely still see the Clippers winning that. Just off, you got Kawhi healthy. He had a night how he had last night. That's going to create more momentum and confidence in that team. Nuggets eventually they're going to start to
Play smarter with the ball.
They have
at least
to.
play
Because this
smarter.
is the last hurrah for that core four, man.
They're gonna
Yeah.
at least try to get Joker back in the mix better than they had. Cause he can't have a game like that. He's been shaky the first 2 games. He's been off the first 2 nights. Your
The winner
best
of
player
Game
is
3 will
off.
win that series. The winner of the
Meanwhile, the
next
Clippers'
game will
best
win
player
that
is
series.
getting hot. It's like, yo, that's the clear thing.
I see what y'all are saying. I just said I don't agree because I think the bench does have a lot to do with it because they have that vibe. I think
I
that
give you this with the bench. You know why it would be a weak point because they don't have their head coach.
You got a guy that's been coaching for 4, 5 games.
yeah.
So how
So
can
on that
the Clippers bench
that is a fair
see?
analysis about the bench.
You
'Cause
can't use the Clippers bench being that important when just a second ago we were talking about OKC who has a better bench, but you still have the Clippers beating them.
I
He
said
But
the
said,
Clippers
can they?
can beat
I
them.
said
I
they
said the
can, but
Clippers
I'm not saying
can
that they
beat them. We didn't say
will.
they're going to win. I said they can beat them.
okay.
Because they had the same
Right.
team last year. They lost to the Dallas fucking Mavericks.
But the
So,
Mavericks but the difference between the Mavericks, they had both of their centers and they have athleticism. They were big.
but you put the fate of the team in the hands of that. We're talking about benches now. Did you really trust that bench of the Mavericks last year?
No, but
No.
I trust Oklahoma
And
City being a year older.
and that stopped Shea. And that fucking,
Experience.
you know what I'm saying? And Jalen Williams played terrible in that series. Terrible.
And
So,
then
like, this is my point of just saying
for
they still
growth.
have to prove it. Just like I was saying with the Rockets, I would want them to be Golden State, but I think Golden State got lucky by getting knocked into the play-in because they got a team that ain't been there before.
Yeah.
The coach is going to have them ready, but they have not been there at all.
Oklahoma City failing last year probably helped them far more this year.
Maybe, but then we've had the same. You could say the same thing about a few other teams in the past, but they lost multiple times before they got it done. That was one.
But
I don't even want to count what that year in the bubble, you know, when Chris Paul had turned OKC around when they first got Shea. But last
It was
year,
like an 8 seed that year.
you actually had play. They had a lot of promise last year, thinking they could go far, and they
They
got
were the
knocked out
one
in the
seed.
second.
They got
I
upset.
don't trust them other guys. I that's why I say I think the key to them is you gotta stop Jalen Williams. I think if you keep him contained and you stop him, if Shea give you 35 a night, fuck it.
Live with it.
I'll live with that. I'm gonna live with that. I'm not letting them other guys beat me.
Because Chet ain't even getting 15. I don't even know why his name get brought. I'm more worried about Hockenstein than Chet, all honesty.
Yeah,
That's
Harkenstein
my thing. I think
and Will.
that's my main thing about them. It's like defensively, okay, I understand that, but you have to also be able to stop just putting the ball in the hole. No one is stopping Shea. You're just not. He's not. He's just too fucking good. He's the MVP this year. He's been having a great year. If that second dude, if Jalen Williams give you 20, you're taking an L. If he give you 25 and you're losing that series. That's why I said you got to make him have a bad game. You're not stopping Shea. You got to live with that. You got to live with that. It's like, again, you if you play the Golden State Warriors back, you know what I'm saying, or whoever, you stop fucking Cleveland, right when LeBron was there. You stop LeBron, you can't. You got a shot. You got a shot, or you
The
stop D
Celtics
Wade.
let Mike go 60. Just don't let nobody else get 10.
Right. This nigga
No.
63. That's my thing. He gets 63. Like, fuck it. You gonna get all them. Y'all not beating us though, and I think that's the only way you can beat them.
Well,
They're better across the
OKC
board.
they actually have an offense, so it's not gonna be like you playing the Suns where it's just ISO with three scores, and
Agreed.
that's the difference. Where it's like I get the sentiment, I get where you're coming from. I think they will have a. I don't think that's to be why what they'll do. I think they'll really focus on trying to stop both of them actually, and say the other guys like Chet have to get going for you to put some points up. I think they'll zone in on both of them. I don't think they will want either one of them to feel like, yeah, we're gonna let you rock. I don't think they're gonna look at it that way. I think they're gonna say, who's the third option? That's who's gotta get off. I think they'll go at it more of that.
I can see that. I can see that. I will say this then. Not to cut you off. I will say this then. Same thing with what we talked about with Luka. If that nigga Shea get into the paint, which he will, because that nigga mid range is like that, stay home. Just stay home. Let him get his, because he's gonna whoever you put on him, he gonna get past. He gonna get to the bucket. He gonna get that short mid range off. If he do that, hopefully he miss. That's all you can do. Everybody else, don't let that nigga get to the paint and then he fuck around and find open shooters. It just ain't gonna work in your favor. Just not, because he gonna get into the paint. So don't collapse. Stay home, and you got a chance of beating them niggas.
I think looking at what happened with Memphis and them winning despite him not having the best game, it shows you where it could be, where it could go. It's like even if you still, it's kind of like we see with Boston. If Tatum doesn't have the best night, there are enough guys. They're deep enough to when you got Porzingis and everybody and Derek White making those plays. It's like we ain't even, we thought we had to worry about Tatum and it's everybody else getting buckets. You know, the sixth man of the year. You know, so it's like that's the thing. I think they match up with them. Um, so because they play good defense too. So I think they match up with them in the sense on the defensive side better than the Nuggets would. You know what I mean? But um, yeah, they definitely can because I don't think OKC's unbeatable, but
Yeah, right.
you know, it's just one of those things where it's like the way you're beating the Nuggets, it's like it's a different matchup. You got to deal with a lot more than what you got to deal with. Because the Nuggets' best player didn't play well. You know what I mean? It's like you can. It's blood in the water.
You think it's a
OKC
you
best
think they
player
doing
didn't play
you think it's a
well.
game plan for them, or it's more so he's just not having a good series so far?
Who
Jokic.
they
He's
not letting
pressing.
him get to his spots. They double teaming him, and they causing
Zubac is a big
turnovers.
ass dude too. He's a
Zubac
big,
is
Um,
fucking balling, man.
yeah, he
Fucking
is.
balling.
He
Yeah,
is.
you can see Jokic just trying to force the issue.
and I think too. The first night, like I said, Murray was struggling, and then he made some shots when they needed. But Clippers should have won that game for real.
I was
They
about
didn't
to
have
say
no
we
sloppy
keep leaving
turnovers.
that part out of the first game. The Clippers should have won the first fucking game. They
They
should
should
be
have
up
won the
2-0.
game, but they had turnovers and they was rebounding horribly.
And the fourth
And
quarter, yeah, they was some shit then.
it was like they had the upper hand, and then they just lost their footing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and it kind of happened with the Nuggets, like same similar thing. It's like so that's the thing. Like you can't have a game like that against them, who plays
yeah.
way better defense than the Nuggets. It's like they're gonna run the score up. So
Yeah, and to your point, I don't give a who you is. You average 20 turnovers. You lose. Look how good you are. You turn the ball over. You're going home.
Yeah, you can have an all-star team, but 20 turnovers, you're losing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I agree. It's gonna be interesting first series, man. First round series, and then the next. I'm loving this. The next rounds. I think the next round's gonna be even better. When it's down to what the Elite Eight.
we got to get into these Pistons, though, man. Your Pistons, man.
Listen,
Y'all look good, man. Y'all look good.
I'm excited, but I'm just
Tobias Harris is showing up in this series. Tobias Harris is showing up. Tim Hardaway is not.
Don't laugh at me, dog. I'm just some serious, bro. Like I just gotta.
Here's the thing with Detroit, and
I'm just chilling, dog. I'm just chilling.
No, you should chill.
Yeah.
But the difference, I feel like you can have a little bit of a like. I'm just happy to be here with them because.
No, you're right. Yeah,
it's unexpected
because we weren't supposed to be here at all.
But I think one thing the Pistons need to do, which I think some teams make mistake when they try to go out and make the roster better. Sometimes your team is already gelled and they work better as is, and they should just stay pat, keep the guys they got, and keep growing. That's what happened in that Brooklyn team that had D'Angelo Russell and Karis LeVert and all them dudes. They went on that run and made the playoffs. Then they tried to upgrade the team, and the nuts ain't been shit since.
They went all in at the wrong time.
Sometimes you don't need to star. You have a bunch of guys who fit together, and you play better as a team. And I think that's one thing Detroit should do. And I think if they keep this group together, they could be in the playoffs consistently for a while.
I love the way Cade plays, man. I'm telling you, man, I keep saying it, man. He plays. I don't want to. He plays in slow motion. It's more. He's very controlled. He plays very, very controlled. I love it. I love the way he plays.
You see that jump in scoring he had from game 1 to game 2 because he said after that first game, this shit got fun. So now he's figuring it out. He's been figuring it out.
He figured out
the game has slowed down for him.
Yeah.
So now he's playing at his pace.
And you double him, he gonna throw the oop up to Duran, and that oop combo is crazy.
And he's fucking damn near probably stronger than most point guards in the league right now.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
He found those answers against OG, and they was able to get him off OG too. They was getting him them looks that he needed to get that he wasn't really getting in game 1.
Yeah.
And like I said, Pistons bench went. He got 38 off the bench, like bro.
Dennis motherfucking Schroeder.
20 of that was Schroeder. Meanwhile, the Knicks had like 8.
Hey, shit, you want to go over them dogs, Katie? You can get over them dogs, nigga. Come on over to us.
KD going to the Wizards. KD going home. He going to the Wizards. Home?
Him and Paul? Jesus Christ. What, they won 15 games this year? They'll win 16 next year.
Paul, Middleton, and KD.
God damn. Go to that team. That's insane. That's
that legacy going to be horrible to defend. That's a hard legacy to defend at that point.
At all. Should have never left Steph, bitch ass nigga.
I'm gonna say this too, Tibbs. You have Brunson and you brought in Cat to have offense. Where's the 2-man game at?
Cat didn't do shit in the second half.
That's what I'm saying.
He had 15 in the first, and they had none in the second half, and they didn't even take a shot in the fourth quarter.
That nigga blew my goddamn.
I need Cat. Same thing. Cat, be assertive. That's why you're here.
That nigga's a hoe, dog. I posted $1,000 yesterday, but this bitch ass.
I think y'all are expecting too much from Cat. We've seen.
I ain't expecting too much. I'm asking.
Cat balled last year, bro, in the playoff. Don't say that man ain't.
That's what I'm saying. Like I ain't asking for too much. I seen him ball.
The consistently doing it part is a problem.
Well, but so my bigger point though, you're not utilizing the reason you got him.
Thibodeau has done that. His track record says he doesn't.
That's
do
what
that
I'm
well.
pointing to.
So, at what point we gonna upgrade the coach? Because they
That
got the players.
Oh, he gone. If they
Leon
lose,
Rose
this,
is
they
in
lose
charge
first
of
round,
that.
he gone.
That's a coaching issue.
Leon Rose is in charge of that.
We gonna interview this nigga. If he lose this round, he gonna be on the show with us. Yeah. So Thibodeau,
Permanently.
how does it feel to be a
Might not
dumbass?
We got a
We gotta
wild
switch
guest
this on
list for this
episode
podcast, bro.
60.
We got a wild guest list for this podcast, bro.
Yeah,
So
we got
Tibbs,
Kenny
how does it
Pickett
feel to be
coming.
fucking stupid to be unemployed, sir.
Nigga said we got Ezekiel Elliott on the way.
Yeah, Zeke.
we
Then we got Amari Cooper coming.
got Amari Cooper coming.
Yeah.
We got Michael Porter Jr. We got
Michael
everybody.
gonna be on.
If they
episode
lose,
70.
We got the whole Detroit food court coming.
That's how you end the show right there. The fucking food court.
I
That's
can't
it.
wait to talk to Kitna. I can't wait.
What? Let's go. How does it feel to be a loser, sir? Yeah. So it's gonna be a good playoff run, man. Any final words, fellas?
You said food court. That's the end of it. No more. We don't have no more fucking takes.
All right, we gotta go. We out, y'all. Thank y'all for listening, subscribing. Please. All right, y'all take it easy.
Comment, subscribe.
Yes.
That nigga